You've launched Brigade, and the way that I read this is basically social media meets civic engagement. You've said this solves a problem that Facebook can't solve.
I think that the entire problem of civic engagement is a problem that social media so far hasn't solved, and in theory it should solve that problem, because civic engagement has always been about organizing. Organizing is something that happens socially. It happens between people, individuals, asking their friends to get involved in a cause or an issue, having house meetings, protesting. You know, that's the essence of how social change happens. And now that so much of our social lives has moved online, we would expect that these mediums would facilitate that type of activity. There's something inherent to Facebook, and maybe to a lesser extent Twitter, that makes it a little difficult to express that side of your identity.
Although people certainly tell me what they think on Twitter of me all the time. So how does Brigade solve that?
You know, we're living through probably the least engaged period in the history of American democracy. 36% of eligible voters showed up in 2014, which is incredibly low. So this is a major problem. It seems unlikely that it'll be solved by one of the incumbent players like Facebook or Twitter, so it calls for a new approach.
Money in politics. You say it's not toxic. Be willing to stand up for or throw your money behind something very controversial. Why?
I think it's important for philanthropists and really anyone who wants to change the world to consider all options. It's, in many cases, not enough just to engage charitably through a foundation. As an individual who wants to have an impact on the world, we exist in a very complicated, interconnected world where we're dealing with problems that are technological, problems that are governmental, problems that are political on a local and global scale. And if you're not willing to address the problem at every level, you may not be able to address the problem at all.
Who do you like for 2016? You've given a lot of money to Democrats and Republicans, I looked. I can't figure out your politics.
My politics are about good governance. I don't have a horse in the race right now.
Really? You waiting for more people to jump in?
It's a little...
Because you clearly care a lot about politics.
There's too many horses.
On what side? I think there's only 3 Democrats.
There's horses all over the place.
You've said repeatedly that you would never run for public office.
I have huge respect for people who choose to run for public office. I don't think I could ever subject myself and my family to that level of scrutiny. You know, I'm probably totally unelectable to any public office anyway.